Well, welcome back to our 24-hour coverage of Relay for Life. With me, I have my co-host, but more importantly than being a co-host, she is a cancer survivor. Please join me in welcoming Joie Goninan. Hi, Pumpkin.
Hi, how are you?
I am well, and I have to first say, I am so honored, first off, to be co-hosting this with you for the second year, but even more so having you sit next to me and let's talk about your journey with cancer, because I think there are many people who don't know how incredible you are. So let's let them get to know you. First off, how old were you when you first became aware of cancer?
Well, when I was younger, sorry about that. When I was younger, my grandfather was diagnosed with cancer and passed away, and that was when I was still alive, but I was young. I was very young at this point. I was about 2 years old, and that's when I first got introduced to cancer. And then maybe a year later, when I was 3, I got diagnosed with Wilms tumor, which is a cancer in my kidneys. And I went through chemotherapy for about a year, and I had radiation for a couple months too. And I wouldn't say that was the hardest part, was me going through the cancer, but seeing my family go through it with me. Like, even being so young and like seeing the effects today that it has on like people around me and my family has done so much more damage than it could ever do to me.
The fear and the angst, and
For sure.
I mean, when I look at the people walking behind us as we wave to them and blow kisses to them because they're so amazing.
Yeah.
What always gets me the most is when I see little ones that are walking that have been diagnosed with cancer and are now technically survivors. And I think about you. I think about you at 3 years old and what you must have gone through. What do you remember, Joie?
That's really hard because I remember bits and pieces, but it's only so much. I think it's bad. It's kind of sad because I don't remember a lot of the good times as much as I remember the bad times. And when I look back, I try to remember the times I've got to spend with my family, but all I can remember, like I was telling you earlier about the time that the doctor accidentally poked me and my blood vessel popped, and like just those small incidents, and just like how the bad things remind me, but not so much the good things.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you had chemo, and then you had radiation, which even the thought of radiation on that perfect baby skin of yours is really hard to hear. And then how many years did you go with checkups to make sure you were okay?
Well, this year I've had 3 checkups, so I'm still going up every year, and I have blood work done and then just regular nephrology checkups. It's line of work. It's definitely a to-do list. Once you get one checked off, you go, okay, for the 6 months I got one checked off. How about the next 6 months? And it's kind of like a to-do list so much now. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your team, Team Joie. So how many people are on your team?
There is, I want to say there's about 10 people. There's not a lot because it's more about the effort and the community than the numbers.
That's right. That's right. So, and every year I get to see your team, and your team is fierce.
Oh, yes.
Just like you. So what's your goal this year in terms of money you want to raise?
Our goal this year is around $6,000.
Okay, and where are you now?
We are at $3,000, but we still have our golf tournaments and our garage sale, and those are our big sellers.
I love that. My goodness. Okay, let's talk about the medals on your neck. And why don't you move your hands and turn to the camera. What do these medals stand for?
These medals stand for, a lot of people say it stands for how many years I've gone to Relay, but I think they have a symbolization of hope and a cure, and that every year I'm here, I'm showing one more person that I'm here, and I'm here today, and I fought my cancer, and I survived it, just like you can do if you're going through cancer, or your family member can do. I feel like it's so much more than just a medal that hangs around your neck and clinks around the track. It is truly a symbolism of hope and constant tenacity.
Absolutely. You have 14 of those, correct?
Yes, I do.
Well, where do they stay when you're not wearing them?
They go in my hope chest, and my hope chest is a chest full of all of my past memories and all of my dreams and goals and my stuffed animals from when I was 3 years old and all the cute little knickknacks.
Yeah. For people who are listening at home and are looking at you and just cannot believe that you are a survivor. How old are you, Joey?
I am 16 years old.
16, and you are a sophomore?
I am a sophomore.
A sophomore at what high school?
I go to Stadium High School.
Yay, go Stadium.
Yes, right, go Tigers.
Absolutely. So you're a sophomore, and then, so you're going to be a junior here in no time, and then after you graduate, what happens?
Then I'm going to college.
What are you going to do?
I want to go to Pepperdine.
You will go to Pepperdine. I know you will. And
Yes.
what do you think you'd like to study?
I have no idea. I know I want to minor in international studies.
Yes.
And I don't know. I'm so into people and finding about our community. And I know I want to relate my life back to Relay for Life when I'm older, but I have no idea how that's going to go. So one day I really want to co-host this event.
You will.
Yes. Yes.
You absolutely will. I want to say thank you to you so much. You know I love you to the moon and back, your whole family. And I know that you have a lot of people out there who are anxious to talk with you. So I'm going to set you free, young one, just for just a few minutes. Go out there, find your people, and let me know when you're ready, okay?
Will do.
All right.
Thank you.
That wraps up a quick coverage right now of my interviews. We're going to go to the track, and I'll see you back here in just a few minutes. I'm going to toss it to my girl on the track, Miss Joie Goninan. Joey, who do you have for us?
With me, I have Mike. And Mike, how are you?
I'm great.
Yeah, how is emceeing going so far?
I am super happy to be here at the 2019 Relay for Life.
And Mike, how has Relay for Life affected your family's journey through cancer?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. That's a great question. So my mom has been involved with Relay for 34 years. Unfortunately, my mom got cancer about 15 years ago, and she won her battle, but she's no longer with us because she passed away from the cancer. So that's the sad part, but the good part is that my sister was diagnosed with cancer this year, and she is now cancer-free. So this relay has a special significance for me because I got to celebrate during the Survivor Lab.
Wow, okay. That's very special.
Thank you.
So then, throughout all your years, this relay has been extra special because of your sister. Is she here today?
She's not here today. She's in Orange County, but I took some pictures and I let her know that we're going to be celebrating for her, and she's probably watching, or she'll watch this at some point. So, love you, sis. Yeah.
That's really special. So how long have you been going to Relay for Life for?
So I've been the MC for Relay for Life and DJ for about 15 years. And then I've been going to Relay for probably about 20 plus years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how did you start out like going to Relay for Life? Because you didn't always like it. You didn't
That's
always.
true. So as a kid, my mom would be at Relay and invite me to come visit, and she would say, "Oh, it's this thing," and I'm like, "Well," as a kid, I was like, "Well, I don't want to watch people like walking around." And then one day I forgot the keys to the house, so I was like junior or senior in high school, and I had to go down and get them, and I saw how amazing Relay was at the Stadium Bowl, and I heard the music, and I was like, oh, I would love to be the DJ for this. And then I eventually got to be.
That's so exciting. Well, thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Joey.
And do you want to say hi real quick?
It's the mayor!
It's the mayor herself. Do you want to say hi?
Hi, everybody. Come out and support Relay for Life.
Heck yeah, you heard it herself. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And let's go back to the track to see all the sights and the sounds it has to offer. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
With me is the mayor, and how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you this evening?
I'm doing so great. I'm so excited to be at Relay, and how has it been so far?
It's been so awesome. I am so glad I get to do this. I mean, I get to do this every year. I wish we didn't have to do this, but I'm so glad to be in a place with so many positive people who have survived so much, but who are still walking and who are still fighting. So it's awesome to be here.
For sure, for sure. And then when I saw you speak, you had so much passion in your speech and so much passion and integrity for what you believed in with Relay, and I just want to say I appreciate that so much.
It really is my honor. Someone asked me today, did I have any close family who are cancer survivors, and I was like, actually I don't, because my brother died from cancer and my church mother died from cancer. So I know people who have survived, but the closest people to me have lost the battle. So it's so great to see people out here still fighting.
fighting every day. And
Yes.
what a lot of people don't realize about cancer is that it's not so much about the person who's going through it, but it's also about the relatives and the family, and like the overall effect is so enormous.
Absolutely. I mean, caregivers. If you just think about the people who care for people with cancer, it has a huge effect. But it's so great to know that people who are out here tonight are surrounded by their loved ones.
For sure, for sure. And then when you look around here, what would you say your favorite part is?
Oh, it's the love. It's the warmth. That I feel in this place from everyone who's here. You know, cancer is such a bad word, right? And it's such a debilitating disease. But to see all these people out here with smiles on their face and happy to be here, it's the people. It's always the people.
For sure. And without the people, Relay for Life wouldn't be a thing. And for that being said, nor would the American Cancer Society.
Absolutely.
For sure, for sure. Well, thank you so much, and I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you for interviewing me. You're doing a great job.
Thank you so much. All right, let's go back to the track to see all the excitement it has to offer. How are you guys?
Good. I'm good.
Good. And how are
Not too bad.
you? Not too bad. How has Relay been so far?
Pretty good, not too bad. We were hoping for nicer weather, but you can't complain. It's not raining.
I know, right? I have my jacket on trying to stay warm. So, how has Relay for Life affected your guys' journey of cancer, and what has your journey with cancer been like?
Our journey for cancer has been eye-opening, to say the least. We never really had anything to do with cancer, didn't know a whole lot. We always seen the jars and whatnot around Tacoma, you know, to donate. And then when my son got diagnosed, it kind of flipped our world upside down, to be honest with you. And Relay for Life has been amazing. They have came and supported us in every way that you can think possible, and in the most way, family. We have created and gained an amazing family, and it's amazing to see all these people come together over one terrible thing and make it beautiful again. It's amazing.
That's for sure. I know Relay for Life has truly shaped my family and my perspective on the world, and not only the world, but cancer itself too, because it brings the community together and kind of brings light on a very dark thing, and truly it's, yeah. So what has Marcus's journey of cancer like? Tell me a little bit about his cancer.
He has T-cell ALL. He is currently, actually yesterday we celebrated 2 years of remission, which is amazing. It was the best news we ever heard 2 years ago, and we continue to hear great news every month that he goes in. It has crippled his ability to be athletic like he used to, but it has not crippled his drive to be athletic. He continues to be an amazing, strong person, even though he has battled every single day.
For sure, and is truly a survivor. Truly a survivor, a really strong kid. Right, Marcus? Yeah? Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for the interview.
Yes.
It's very heartwarming and everything. Thank you guys so much, and let's take a look at the track. Hi everyone, with me is Dylan Walsh, and Dylan, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited it's Relay, and let's hope it doesn't rain on us, right?
Yeah, felt a few raindrops, but I think we'll be okay.
So, what does Relay for Life mean to you, and what has your journey of cancer been?
Well, Relay to me is just, coming out every year and seeing just more and more survivors, and, we come out and create more birthdays every year. I had the honor of interviewing Dr. Klatt a few years ago, and he told me that there wasn't going to be a cure for cancer in his lifetime, but there was a very good chance there could be a cure in my lifetime. And so, that's what Relay means to me. It's coming out every year and fighting harder and harder so we can see an end to cancer. And my cancer journey, I'm now a 15-year cancer survivor. All the way back in 2003 was when I finished my cancer treatment. So been in remission now for 15 years, and I just like coming out every year and, relaying.
What type of cancer did you have?
I had Burkitt's lymphoma, stage 4.
Stage 4. Okay, and then what is your favorite part about Relay? And for someone who's never been to Relay before, what would you tell them about it?
Okay, so my favorite part of Relay has to be the survivor lap. It's the first lap of the night, and everyone circles the track, and you just get to be out on the track with all the other survivors, and it's just a great time. And for someone who hasn't been to relay before, I would tell you to come out here. It's a blast. We're going to be out here till 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Get out here and have some fun.
For sure, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.